Good evening. Welcome to our Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys virtual open house event. Throughout our program, you'll be provided information that's important to the new changes that's taking place at BCCS Boys, all to ensure that our scholars and staff are safe during this COVID-19 pandemic. We want to assure our families and community that we are committed to maintaining our high standards of competence and resilience during this time. Open communication and togetherness are key to all of our success. So reach out with any questions and concerns, and we'll be sure to keep you all updated with any changes as well. We still have some openings for enrollment in grades kindergarten, first, second, and third. If you or someone you know would like your male scholar to receive a free single gender public school education, but with a private school experience, then please reach out to our school. We accommodate students with disabilities, English language learners, and participate in the free and reduced meal program. Do enjoy our program this evening, and remember, we are in this together. Be blessed, and thank you to many of you who have supported us throughout our 18 years of experience and have selected our institution to educate your scholars. We consider it an honor and a privilege to serve in this capacity. Thank you, and this is Mrs. McLean, Principal of BCCS Boys.
Why choose Brighter Choice, you might ask? Well, we're the longest standing charter school here in the Capital District. Our school represents endurance, longevity, and most important, resilience. We have the capacity to deal with change and to continue to grow and develop. We move with the times, and we provide a quality education for the future young men of today.
The reason I like to be at school is because that all of these great teachers and they actually help us learn, and I go to a school that I'm not bored and actually have fun.
My favorite thing about going to the Brighter Choice is all the teachers help me with different subjects. All the teachers are nice and respectful, and Brighter Choice is fun, and we can learn a lot.
My favorite thing is that we learn more than public schools and more than private schools.
My favorite thing about Brighter Choice is the teachers. The teachers they're helping you learn, they're helping you just be interacted and this stuff, and they're helping you work and strive and they're trying to prepare you for the real world.
Brighter Choice is blessed to have teachers that have the ability to provide quality instruction, not solely in a traditional classroom setting, but also within a virtual classroom setting. Our educators are cognizant of the various learning styles and ensure that when developing rigorous lessons for both in-person and remote learning, that they incorporate ways for our kinesthetic, auditory, and visual learners to be successful. To ensure that scholars have a strong understanding of foundational skills, our educators are part of PLCs, or professional learning communities, which allows them the opportunity to collaborate, share instructional practices, discuss strategies that will strengthen scholars' knowledge of essential skills as they progress through grade levels, and so much more. The abundance of time our educators spend planning and collaborating is evident within all of our classrooms, both physical and virtual. The data gathered when a teacher checks for understanding is used to highlight a strength the class has with a particular skill and also to address any misconceptions that have been identified. At Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys, we recognize the potential that each scholar possesses, and therefore we are genuine in our commitment to providing our scholars with the top quality education that each of them deserves. In order to support your scholar in his journey of becoming a lifelong learner and leader, I suggest that you send him to Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys.
It's a place to let your sun shine.
I like going to Brighter Choice because it's a nice school.
My
favorite thing about being the brand of choice is I get to act like myself. I don't have to act like anybody else.
My favorite thing about Brighter Choice is getting new friends.
I like to be in Brighter Choice because it's a very kind place and you get to learn a lot of stuff from it.
Not only do we take pride in our academic rigor, we also put a deep emphasis on building community in and outside of the classroom. This allows for positive peer relationships and student-to-teacher relationships to flourish. We believe that this is the key to success, not only in school, but also when they leave us and go out to their communities.
At Brighter Choice, we have 4 scholar values: perseverance, integrity, citizenship, and scholarship.
Perseverance is that when you strive to do something that's really hard and you persevere through it and not give up.
I can show perseverance even if it's difficult.
Integrity is do the right thing when nobody thinking.
Showing integrity means honest. Integrity means if somebody is not watching, you still do the right thing. Always do the right thing.
Citizenship is when you help your classroom and your community learn.
I can show citizenship by cleaning up my classroom and helping others.
Scholarship means that you're always working hard and you check your work and make sure you show your work.
Scholarship is when you try to learn new things every day.
When you work hard, you earn good grades. Here at Brighter Choice, we don't bully.
At Brighter Choice, we make sure bullying doesn't happen by making announcements about it. If we see a bully, we upstand to the bully, and we tell the teacher if we see bullying.
DASA is the Dignity of All Students Act. It prohibits acts of harassment and bullying, including cyberbullying and/or discrimination by employees or scholars on school property or at school functions.
Bullying is not okay.
It could be like in different ways. It could be like when someone's getting bullied, or someone has less things than you and they don't have nothing.
No scholar should be subjected to discrimination based on their actual or perceived race, color, weight, national origin, ethnic group, religion, religious practice, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or sex. The Dignity Act promotes civility and creates a safe and nurturing environment. It provides a response to scholars who are harassed and bullied here at school.
A supportive bystander means to stand up to a bully. If I see a bully, I will stop him from bullying others.
When in doubt, make a report because your scholar's safety is very important to us.
At Brighter Choice, we use what's called our Pixpoint system, and that's a motivational behavioral management system that's used across the entire school. The Pixpoint system gives us the opportunity to accentuate our scholar values and instill them in our scholars in each and every class. So day by day, there's a new scholar value that they're trying to show within the classroom, and it gives them opportunities to earn points within each class so that they can feel confident that they're not only learning about our scholar values, but that they're doing their very best within the school building.
You can earn Pixpoint at the end of every class.
The Pixpoint motivates us to do what's right.
In order to earn 2 Pixpoints, I need to be kind, do my work, and show scholarship.
You can earn Pixpoints by being respectful to your teachers, by listening in class, and, well, being good.
You can earn Pixpoints by participating, listening to the speaker, don't talk when the speaker is talking. You can earn Pixpoints by perseverance, citizenship, integrity, and scholarship.
In order to earn 2 points, sit and star, don't talk over the teacher.
When you get a 2 in all your classes, you get a 16 and have a perfect day.
Pixpoints help me find out how I did every day and tell me how much I strived and did my work.
Pixpoints is important because is for the big E, and it tells your parents how you're doing in school.
Before we talk about what remote learning will look like, let us show you.
One really great thing about using technology this year is it gives the ability for students whose parents have opted them to stay home and learn. It gives a teacher and student an ability to see each other, to be able to assess them, to be able to, just see their personalities and still enjoy them while they're at home, even though they can't be with us at school.
I feel like it was really important to give our parents the choice between hybrid and remote, because that gave our parents a little bit more sense of security when it came to making sure their scholars were well taken care of.
Every single day, your scholar will log into a Zoom meeting via a format called Google Classroom. Please ensure that they are on time because we're so excited to see them. If you as a parent have any questions, please reach out to us via our parent communication app called the Remind app, or you can call the school and you can be put in touch with your scholar's homeroom teacher.
At home, you're working with your families to set up a learning environment. So that might be just a desk and a chair in a quiet corner that can be consistent from day to day.
Remote learning gives us a chance to explore technology in new and exciting ways.
Our educators have become savvy with Google and have created virtual classrooms in Google that allow scholars to click on different icons or objects within a classroom in order to be rerouted to these various websites that will allow them to participate in certain activities that educators have provided for them for that day.
We're using apps such as Freckle, which means that the scholars can review all their math, ELA. We're using Splash Learn, Class Dojo, and I'm super excited about it.
We have a lot of programs that we're using this year. The first one is Clever. Clever is the portal to all of the different sites our scholars are going to be able to go to. And the one thing that's cool about it is that once you log into Clever, you're basically logged into the other sites that you have access to.
Brighter Choice utilizes a program called EdLight that allows scholars to submit a visual of their work directly to their teacher in order to receive instant feedback from their teacher and eventually a grade. EdLight allows teachers to receive scholar assignments at the end of each lesson instead of waiting until a worksheet can be physically returned to a teacher. This is huge in regards to our scholars that are 100% remote, and it also supports our scholars that are part of our hybrid program for the days that they're not present in the school building. Guided reading instruction and literacy centers occur daily in all classrooms in kindergarten through 5th grade, regardless of if instruction is in person or virtual. In order to keep centers engaging, educators have implemented programs such as ABC Mouse, Starfall, Epic, Rise Kids, and so many more virtual resources that will allow scholars to participate in fun technology-based centers.
Remote learning has given us opportunities to interact with our scholars in ways that we've never interacted with them before. If you're working online with your teacher, you can check out some of the links that are going to be provided to you from our counseling team, from our specials team, and from me. There'll be additional activities and opportunities to chat with your teachers in new and exciting ways. Even some of your favorite events that we've done in the past, such as Academic Earth Week, School Spirit Weeks, field trips, and more, will be available online. Yes, the world is at our fingertips, and Brighter Choice just can't wait to bring it to you.
See you on Zoom.
Hi, my name is Miss Young. I am the office manager here at Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys. Most likely when you call the school, I am the person that you will get in contact with. Please remember when coming into the building to always wear your mask and leave with a smile. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Ms. Ramirez. I'm the parent coordinator here at Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys. My jobs entails are attendance, enrollment, and a little bit of everything here at the building. Please come on by, check us out.
When you're in kindergarten, you're going to learn so many things, not just your letters and numbers and your colors, but you'll get to learn how to read and you'll have a lot of fun doing it.
Teaching kindergarten is so rewarding because in kindergarten, we get to learn hands-on material that will help us through college and will stay with us through our lives.
You'll make a lot of friends, and this is just the start of becoming a lifelong learner.
Let's make it a fantastic year.
See you in kindergarten.
It's super important to move in the classroom, and by adding movement breaks to our schedule, scholars will re-engage and have a better time learning.
Here at Brighter Choice First Grade, we use a communication tool called a Class Dojo. And that lets us communicate with parents. It also lets us give points to scholars who do all the work, participate, and join in on conversations. And with those points, they earn prizes.
The second grade team is using a platform called Classroom Dojo. This Classroom Dojo app allows you to communicate with your scholars teacher in accordance to different events in the classroom, school-wide, or personal needs for your son. This app also allows you to communicate via text message, or you can receive videos from the teacher as well as pictures to inform you of what's happening in the classroom. Please reach out to your son's teacher in regards to the app so you can receive directions to download it on your device.
When you make it to second grade, that means you leveled up from first grade. Are you up for the challenge?
Something special about third grade is that you get to have 3 different teachers this year because we get to switch classes. So you get the awesomeness of experiencing 3 amazing teachers at Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys.
The students would normally rotate between classrooms for their core subjects, so guided reading, ELA, and math, but because of COVID-19, the teachers are going to be rotating in the classrooms this year.
Being a third grade mathematician is really special because you get to use the tools that you learned in kindergarten, first and second grade to really start multiplying and dividing. So you're going to get to use addition and subtraction, and it's going to all come together very nicely.
Welcome to third grade.
Although this year we won't be able to teach your scholars in person every single day, we find it very important to practice the same schedule and techniques that you would usually do here at school while you're at home.
Fourth grade is a really exciting year of growth. As fourth graders, scholars are going to be using organization and time management skills in new ways each and every day. Each day, scholars need to come to school prepared with all the necessary materials, and they also need to try to persevere through activities that may seem tough at first.
This year in fourth grade, we're going to be utilizing QR codes to link you directly to our YouTube channels. Check it out.
Hi Brighter Choice family and scholars, and welcome to the new school year. So this school year is a little bit different, and we have a few extra responsibilities for families and scholars. For our hybrid team, we need to make sure that scholars are managing their materials and bringing them to and from school when they are coming in from remote days to hybrid days and vice versa.
We expect scholars to always work hard, try their best, and always come to school ready and willing to learn.
Look forward to seeing you.
This year in physical education, we will be focusing on teaching scholars simple ways in which they can develop a healthy lifestyle. All right?
And this year's science is working through an A and B schedule. So I will be using mystery science to keep our scholars engaged, and I'm also looking forward to working with the scholars doing experiments in person and remotely.
Theater Arts is a performing arts program offered here at Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys. It is a standard-based educational program which teaches scholars theater making through the understanding of dramatic literature and creation of their own literary works. Scholars engage in being writers, they are actors, they're designers, they're directors, and technicians. They use their minds, their bodies, their voices, their emotions, and their own sense of artistry to examine the world and its meaning through theater arts. The results are numerous, but a few of them are students are being able to maintain confidence and build their confidence, being confident in their own skin. They learn how to develop respect for one another and develop a safe space where they are all able to develop their skills and their talents and their gifts. When they're able to have that safe space, they all are allowed to let their light shine individually as well as collectively.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Wherever you go, we all have a light in us. Don't be afraid to shine your light, and shine your light to motivate, and shine your light to inspire. You can do it. Shine your light.
So what is character education?
Character education is the class that Mr. Miller and I teach to your scholars, and it revolves around social and emotional learning. The second step curriculum that we utilize has 4 main components. These are skills for learning, empathy, emotion management, and problem solving. We so look forward to teaching this to your scholars and having them master the curriculum. Can you tell us why character education is important to our scholars?
That's a great question. Well, character education has always been important and essential to the development of our scholars' emotional fortitude, but even more now than ever. The twin crisis of the COVID-19 pandemic and the issues of systemic racism, highlighted by the several unjustified killings of Black men and women by police, have damaged students' sense of safety and placed them at risk for traumatic stress and other adverse childhood experiences. Schools with a competent counseling program like ours play a vital role in moderating these effects of stress by providing a safe and supportive environment where friends and caring adults can provide the social emotional support our scholars need to cope with what they are experiencing.
During character education, we focus on many topics, such as kindness and bullying. When your scholar is engaged in remote learning, Mr. Miller or I will join your scholar's homeroom Zoom session. For 30 minutes, we'll engage in fun, activity-filled lessons to teach your scholar how to recognize their emotions, manage their emotions, and how to be kind little humans.
In addition to character education, we'll also be offering short-term individual and group counseling. These sessions usually focus on coping skills, emotional management, positive peer relationships, and confidence building.
If you are interested in receiving short-term counseling for your scholar this school year, please feel free to reach out to either one of us simply by email or by calling the school and requesting to speak to us. We will then determine how to best support your scholar and their needs.
The Inspiration Room is the appropriate safe place for a scholar to organize their thoughts and express their concerns. Scholars can process with the staff to discuss their actions and behaviors to find solutions to being productive in the classroom.
While leaving the classroom is a consequence, our scholars are taught the process, understand the process, and use it as a means to set themselves up for success.
The Intervention Department is a support services team here at Brighter Choice. We work with the scholars and their teachers to support in the needs beyond what they are already receiving in the classroom that will help them ensure their success. In addition to supporting the scholars with individual plans, we assess every scholar to determine where additional support is needed in the areas of ELA and math. If a scholar qualifies for support, small group instruction is then targeted towards their individual goals.
ELL stands for English Language Learners. Here at Brighter Choice, we have an ELL program which aims to help scholars who come from different countries and speak different languages master the English language so that they can be successful in their whole academic career.
This year at Brighter Choice is going to look a little different due to the safety precautions we are taking for our scholars, families, and staff. The implementations of the universal health precautions is the best way to keep each other safe. We'll be working together to implement multiple steps to defend against the transmission of illnesses, including COVID-19. These defenses include, but are not limited to, social distancing, wearing a mask in the building and on the bus, staying home when you are sick, frequent hand washing, and frequent cleaning of high touch points in the building and in the classroom. Face coverings are required for students and staff and for any visitors who may be entering the building. Students may only remove their mask with permission from staff, and this permission would be granted so long as they are socially distanced from one another. Please plan on providing reusable face coverings or a disposable mask daily for your scholar. If one is not brought in, a disposable mask will need to be provided for any staff or scholar in need. This year at Brighter Choice, we have provided refillable water containers to all of our hybrid scholars, as the water fountains will only be used to refill these containers. Please ensure that these water bottles, if they are brought home, are sent back into school with your scholar so they can be used throughout the day. We cannot stress enough the importance of staying home when you are sick. Staff and visitors with a temperature of over 100 degrees will not be permitted into the building. Anyone with flu-like symptoms or has been exposed to someone who has tested positive for COVID-19 in the past 14 days will not be permitted into the building. If you or your scholar have traveled internationally or to a heavily impacted area within the United States, we also ask that you self-quarantine for 14 days before returning to school. Entering and exiting the building during arrival and dismissal will look a little different this year to ensure the safety of our scholars. When scholars arrive at school, their temperature will be taken, and they will be provided with some hand sanitizer before proceeding into the building. At dismissal, pickup scholars will be retrieved by their families outside the building. Markings have been placed on the ground to ensure social distancing at this time. We encourage parents and guardians to drop off their students whenever possible. When buses are used, they will be following a series of safety protocols. While entering or exiting the bus, scholars will wear masks and adhere to social distancing guidelines. Bus drivers and attendants will also wear protective masks to ensure the safety of our scholars. On the bus, scholars have been provided with assigned seating to support social distancing standards. Between every route, our bus drivers will be sanitizing the seats and high-frequency touchpoint areas with EPA-approved cleaners. While we are always striving to keep a traditional classroom experience for our scholars, implementation of safety protocols will be used in the classroom as well. Excessive classroom furniture has been removed from the classroom to maximize our space. Partitions have also been provided for extra security for our scholars and staff. Students are seated at least 6 feet apart. Masks are only removed with permission of the teacher, and teachers will wear their mask all day long. Teachers will provide breaks for hand washing and sanitization measures for our scholars. The use of soap and water for at least 20 seconds is best, but hand sanitizer will also be provided in between these accessible moments. Hallway movement will have new safety protocols as well. Transitioning has been limited this year to ensure the safety of our scholars. Masks must be worn at all times while transitioning within the halls. Hallways and stairwells have been well marked to show and indicate to our scholars what direction they should be moving and to support in social distancing. This year, all meals will be provided to scholars in their classroom to limit school-wide transitions. Our nutrition staff has been trained for specific CDC guidelines and are ensuring that these standards are met. Sanitization of kitchen equipment will happen between each meal. If you are a scholar who is working remote, you can pick up your breakfast and lunch each day between the hours of 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. at the Brighter Choice Charter School for Girls back parking lot. The main nurse's office this year will remain the same. However, students with fever or flu-like symptoms will be provided with an isolation room where they can wait to be picked up by a family member. The main office clinic is utilized to assess the day-to-day needs of our students and staff. They administer medicine, first aid, and will help a scholar who is not feeling well. If a student does have a fever, parents will be contacted and advised to pick up their child as soon as possible. If a child is sent home with a fever, they will need to stay home for 3 days or until a doctor note is provided to clear them for school. If a student tests positive for COVID-19, they must stay home for the full 14 days. Should a case of COVID-19 be found in one of our schools, the district will work closely with the New York State Department of Health. The Department of Health will take the lead investigating and contacting staff and family who may be at risk from close contact and should stay home to limit the spread. Impacted classrooms and buses will remain off limits until they are deeply sanitized. Connect with us. Ask your teachers to help you set up your Remind app or your Class Dojo accounts. It's an easy way to communicate about your scholar in the classroom. Let us know if any changes in your contact information are happening. Your numbers should be up to date so you can be alerted with any important information from Ms. Ramirez. Follow Brighter Choice Charter Elementary Schools on Facebook for updates at the Boys and Girls School. And follow us on Instagram at BCCS Boys to stay updated on new information from Brighter Choice Charter School for Boys.